Hey guys, welcome back. Last time we did the mix down, finished the mix down on this track, but today we are going to address some issues in the track and sent it to a label, and the label has got back saying they like the main idea of the track, but they want certain aspects changed. So we're going to do that, and hopefully we'll get it done pretty much, and then send it off and get it put up one of the EP album VA things that are coming out soon. So yeah, first he said that he didn't like the kick. It was too clicky, too like he said punchy, but I don't think punchy was the right word to describe it personally. I think the transient was just a bit too high. Punchy, I would say, is something a bit more further in the low end, and I wouldn't really describe a kick that looks like this. Punchy. Let's just press play. Sorry, this is not playing. You know, that doesn't look punchy. That is very fat as fuck. That is huge, mate. I gotta stop swearing because well, it's not professional, is it? But whatever. I get put on certain, like, people have restricted mode on their YouTube, and if you swear, I think that's what turns you off it. I'm not sure if it's that. Anyway, that doesn't look punchy to me. That's very like in your face. Like, you know, if it was a bit more like what I would describe a punchy kick is something more like you know, what is it? Some of these kicks in here are quite punchy. That's a punchy kick. Quick, snappy, lots of energy to nothing. Like a transient, basically, you know? Where, like, yeah, anyway. It's difficult to pass ideas between producers sometimes, because everyone has their own terminology. And, yeah, it's kind of like, you know, I call something one thing, someone else may call something else someone else. There's probably a convention to it all, but it's without formal training, it's quite difficult to put these ideas across to everyone. Anyway, so he said the kick was too punchy, and he said, well, if you take a look at two songs, he said Belle by Marie, which is a song. So we just have a quick listen to this. Well, that's not playing through my headphones, so I guess we're not gonna. All right, here we go. So boom, boom, boom. I think what he's talking about there is the click, the hit of the kick is a bit lower. This is quite sharp because we sorry, that's muted. It's quite sharp because we added an extra transient because I thought it was getting lost in the mix, but that could have been just my headphones and my thing. But you know, you got to do what the label says, really. So we'll just get rid of that. So what I'll do, I will do this version without the kick on the top, just because, and then I will do another version with one of the kick, like a kick pattern he suggested. So we'll do that now. That's that done. Save this again. I've renamed the song into Fire because that makes more sense. Because the idea of the song beforehand was to do something a bit more like was to do something a bit more ethereal, a bit more like, you know, ooh, cloudy, a bit more divine, but it's turned into something a bit more dark. So we're going to keep going with that. Oh, another thing I did in the mixdown that I forgot to tell you guys, I put this little plug-in on. It's called Newfangled Audio Punctuate, and it basically increases the transient. It's a transient shaper. And honestly, I just chuck it on. We can have a standard clip to show what it's doing. And you notice, that's my current transient response on the percussion bus. But if I put Punctuate back on, it accentuates some of the transients and it makes it sound a bit more like punchy, punch, you know? So it's something that I do put on quite a few of my mix buses, and I just basically mix in the default preset and just mix it down, and it's good enough, really. You know, it just adds a little bit more like click to certain things. You could achieve a similar result with a sharp, like, white noise thing that you could put in, or put some compressors with a bit of an attack on there just to let in a little bit more, and put maybe an expander on after that to try and like really get a snappy response. But just chucking that on there is so much quicker. So in the end of the day, that's what I really want to do. So, you know, just. But I did forget, I do need a whoopsie. So put a Pro Q3 on the end of that. Just can open Notepad up as well. Yonk. Cool, that's done. Right, one of the things he said, I have to put it up on my phone. He texted it to me. Where are you, buddy? Right. Not sure I like the main drop at 4 minutes. So adjust it so it sounds a little bit more like the first drop. And I get that now. I listened to it a few more times, and while the second drop sounds chaotic and massive, it doesn't sound clean and techno-y like the first drop. You know, it sounds closer to sorry, this is quite loud probably for people. I'm just going to turn off my mastering chain. It's probably a bit better for you guys. So yeah, this sounds it's decent, but it's not what he wanted. So we're going to change that. It's a different type of techno drop, you know, and the label in mind is a bit more pulling things back, a bit more minimum these days, I think. Well, not minimum, but you know what I mean. So, and that was it really. Basically change the kick and change the drop. Changing the kick is a bit of a annoyance sometimes, because sometimes it's as easy as literally just chucking a kick in and it fits, and sometimes it fits better, but a lot of the time it's a bit of a, you've got a bit of a work to do, you know. But what we'll do, we'll address the drop first, and then we will change the kick afterwards, because I'll look for some samples. I'll cut the video, look for some samples, and then pretty much show you a sample I've gone with, because I don't want to just play like 40 kicks, you know, and test them. It takes an hour or two sometimes. So we're just going to listen to the breakdown.
First true piece of technology. Fire. Fire. We.
I don't know what fucking happened there. Anyway.
We are the gods now.
So I don't particularly like that section. I don't like this.
We are the gods now.
Especially because there's no mention of We Are the Gods Now previously in the track. So it sounds quite cheap that I'm just adding it in randomly. It's kind of like on one of my songs, if we listen to... I had a complaint of a few people that my addition of this... Whoops, here. So people were saying that just sounds like cheap, that I've just added in this vocal without any real hint to it. It's not really be part of the track. I get that now. It's kind of, you just got to do it sometimes. It just made the track a bit better in my opinion. But if you can make the track better for everyone, obviously it's a better idea. But I don't like the way that, and I think actually if I just put, this in,
our first true piece of technology.
Again, I think that would actually serve it better. But anyway, let's sort the drop out. So what we're going to do, we're going to insert, what is going on? I'm going to insert time here. So you go create, insert silence. We're going to put 4 or 8 bars. Has that done it right? Yeah. So drop. Just go drop 2. Rename this back to energy. And then cool. So there's nothing there. And now we're just gonna put our kicks in. There's some peculiar things happening with the project. A bit odd. Seems to be cutting out a bit. Right, he wants that in. But what we're going to do, we're going to cut this section out here. Right, so it's there, it seems to be. So we'll just do that. Want to add a bit more vocal there maybe, but kind of, yeah, there we go. Chuck that like that. I want a bit more delay on it. also want to hint this again because I think, so if we just do that, I think this is quite a cool little moment that we never really call back to. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's the also, it was very quiet in the mixdown, I realized, so we'll boost that up. So let's go. Probably needs a bit more low end to punch through the kind of like fill out a bit more the space. Yeah, that's quite aggressive actually. Ugh, that sounds horrible. All right, let's put this down. That's why it's quiet. Sorry, it's going into this bus, and there's probably something on this bus that's controlling it. Yeah, there we go. Right, this is going to be way louder now, I think. So there we go.
Our first true piece of technology. Fire. Our first true piece of technology. Fire.
Right, it's because I have this lock on up the top that basically means you can't copy the MIDI over the automation. But obviously, if you just get rid of that, that should completely go over now. I tend to have it off though because I move my MIDI around a lot without wanting to take the automation with it.
Fire.
I'm maybe thinking that's not the right place to do it. So we'll just keep pressing back until it go back to normal. There we go. Right. I will move this. Maybe here is where it should go.
Our first true piece of technology. Fire. Our first true piece of technology. Fire. Our first true.
So what we're going to do to kind of like hide this little drop, just do this. Gonna go 45 vital, and then we're gonna just take this. That didn't work. We do this, and then grab that, and then just boost the volume on this, and then maybe not. That didn't sound great, but we just do this.
Our first true piece of technology. Fire. Our first true piece of technology. Fire.
And that sounds good enough that we can possibly use it over here. We are the gods. Our first true piece of technology. Fire. Fire. Our first true piece of technology. Fire. Fire. It's not as impactful as I'd like, to be honest. Right, we're back. I've also picked out the kick. We're going to go with this one. You may recognize that kick. If you recognize that kick, you can... Oh, bloody hell. Whoopsie daisy. If you recognize that kick, just drop in the comments. And there we go. Hang on a minute. Hey guys, so back, I've chosen the new kick. It is this kick. If you recognize that, yeah, anyway, so this is the type of kick that was recommended, so we're gonna go try and fit this in a minute. I will show you a little technique now though, just so that you can quickly have a look at something. So no, you know what, I'll do that later when we do the kick. So we'll just turn this off for now, but anyway, back to it.
Our first true piece of technology. Fire.
I wish there was a way in Ableton that like I could have something here which would mean skip, so I wouldn't actually delete the arrangement, but it would just skip this section just so that I could test things out. I know I can do this thing up here. So for this, I'm probably going to want this now in the track to try and like tease it as it comes in, you know?
Our first true piece of technology. Fire.
Well, there's something going wrong there, isn't it?
Fire.
What? There we go. Was there something in that? Oh, what's happening here? Was there something in that arrangement that was? Let's rewind what we've just done, and then see if let's see, edit, undo, delete time. Here we go. Right, was there some? Because I'm sure this was automated. Yeah, so it was literally just automated for that one section. So don't really need that anymore. Just going to delete that. Delete the time again.
First true piece of technology. Fire. First true piece of technology. Fire. Fire. first true piece of technology. Fire. Our first true piece of technology. Fire. First true piece of technology. Fire. Fire.
I kind of feel like it does actually need that little break, but just maybe not as long, so we can just make a new one. I'm just going to loop this, I think. Where's that noise coming from? Here. It's like a weirdness to that first hit. So what we're going to do is we're going to record it, have a bit more control, and then it's like you can hear it, like there's a weird like a inconsistency to that noise. So what we're going to do is take 29, where is it? And then record this. Needs to be outside of the group because we don't want it reprocessing once it's done, you know? So we don't need that. We just need this. And just do that. And then just get rid of that. We can grab this. You know, we can put this in here and then just route it through to 28 synth. Rename this synth. Bussy. Now, if I do this, get rid of this now. So technically, that's not part of it anymore, is it? So. Wait, what? Oh, right, hang on. Whoops. I went to the wrong one. Yeah, why is that not outputting? Why is that not outputting? It should be so simple. What's going on? I've not actually done this type of routing before, so thought I'd give it a go. It's not actually working. Synth bus. Let's check that in here now. But I don't want that. I want it to go to the synth bus, which is not in here now, which will be through here. Okay, whatever. That doesn't work for whatever reason, so we're just going to pop it outside of the bus and then keep it going as usual. Chuck that in. Cool, that sounds good. But we're going to bring this back up here. I'm also going to add a sub under here just to really like drive home that this synth is nothing to be messed with. Just going to use operator for some reason. Don't normally do it. So you can see it's just and then where is it? It's there, and yeah. So just a longer one here. Right. So now if we remove this to here, we should still get the bass. That's what I'm looking for. I like this, but oopsie daisy. I like this, but I want it to sound more chaotic. So what we're going to do is add a chorus on there, chorus ensemble. And then we're going to just make this sound horrific, but then blend it in. So. And we can duplicate this just to keep it a bit more in the time, and it may still work. So also get this operator. If you really want to like drive home the impact, put this to white noise. And then so I've never used operator's white noise, but as you can see, it's not that loud. It's not that bright, is it? Okay, there we go. So that'll do. Now you want to take the what is it, mate? Here we go. Take this to wowza. Sounds hefty. We can just add these back in, actually. I mean, don't add the sub in, but... But also, we're going to want maybe one of these back in. So... Definitely not the one to add back in. We'll grab this, chuck that in, see if that one works. No, we'll just leave it. Right, cool. That is that done. That, I think Mr. Label Boss Man will like that. Here comes the challenge now, is replacing every single kick and all the patterns with this. Amazing. I love it. All right. Okay. So what first we're going to do, didn't mean to do that, but we're going to simplify all of our color coordinating now, just to make it easy. So we know this pattern comes off a lot. So what we're going to do is make this one pattern, and then we're going to color that color. We're going to grab this kick, and we're going to tidy up a bit. Right, actually, bump, 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 double bump. And then we're going to grab that again and chuck it over here. What we're going to do is, oof, you always want to make it return to 0 if you can. That's fucking tight, isn't it? It's one sample there. Right. You notice they are not returning to 0. So none of these are returning to 0 at the moment. So you'll get a little, that'll be probably imperceptible. But what we're going to do is, I'm just going to put a little bit softer. We're going to reconsolidate this, which has actually made it fucking worse. How? What's going on? That can just be on retexture now, mate. It doesn't actually need to, because it's not changing. Right. So we're going to do this. Cool. That stayed the same. Press Z to get it all. Right, that's good. Now we're going to want to loop this. Wham, wham, wham. Get that all in. Grab this one. Grab that halfway through. Do that. Then we're going to do the same again. And they'll match up now. Perfect. Right. Continuing on. Don't need this open. I used to know the shortcut to get rid of that, but since Live 12's come, it's changed. It used to be F12, but F12 sometimes gets rid of things now. It doesn't get rid of it all the time. I need to work out what exactly it's getting rid of. Right, so now we have that decided. We're going to color this pink. And we're going to consolidate. And now, once again, create a loop. What does F11 do? Right. Double kick, and then normal kicks. Perfect. Paint all this pink as well. Sorry, we're just going to edit them both at the same time because there's no guarantee that the label head will like this kick. You know, he said he will, but you know, it's best to not just get rid of everything just in case. Right, so here we've got our first different type of kick. So just going to neaten that up. And this is just stops there, and then there's a double kick. Easy. That's actually a double kick into a full kick. So you just grab that and then there. Right. What we got to look out for is reverse kicks as well, which is one there, I think. So what we're going to do is do that and then reverse that and then grab another one there, see if that works. Yeah, that does work. Awesome. Grab that again and then boss that over there. Double kick, another double kick, another double kick. Grab that. In fact, we're going to turn that to white. Grab that to there. That's all good. Another one. Grab that here. Perfect. And it's all the same all the way to the end. Right, cool. That works. We're just now going to do the same to the top here because we just want to make it. Why was that blue? No reason. Awesome. If you can keep your project organized, it's easier on the eyes, makes things less confusing, and you know the difference between just having these just two colors looks just more professional, looks neater, less confusing to look at. Perfect. Right, back over here. Looking for those double kicks again, which are there. It's going good so far. Double kicks here. Yeah, they're all lining up. We've got another unique drum pattern here, so I'm just gonna grab that. Gonna do this, paint this a different color again. I literally just said about it being neat, and now it's not neat again. Right, so we're going for a double kick by here, but a reverse kick before it. Just grab that there and that there. So grab that, duplicate that, reverse it. Let's just have a listen to it. So it's a full, we want the full like. Cool. And the rest of that is fine. So do you know what? Just go grab that, highlight as much as we can until it changes, which is there. Keep it neat. Grab that again, slam it over there. Grab this here. Same color, just for, you know, ease of recognition, if anything. Right, so here's a little weird. I want to grab this. Yeah, that's lining up right. Keep going. This does seem off for some reason. Why is that off? 2, 2. So really, this should be like Why is that not going in nicely? Oh, that is correct. Never mind then. Never mind. My bad. Just got a bit complicated to see. That's after one in it, yeah. Right, and then all the way to there. Again, grabbing it there. Got another unique color. No reverses on this one, so just cutting that there though on that. So we can grab this. It's all the way there, and it's just a double kick there, really. So take that back, grab this, change it all to orange. Back to grabbing the kicks. This is also a unique one. So many uniques. So, you know what, I'll just do that. That's cool. And that'll be like... Cool. And then, where's my double kicks? They're off time here, but they are actually on time because that's the pattern, which means that would have been the pattern, which means, in fact, that is A-OK all the way to there. Cool. Getting there now, nearly there. Again, double patterns involved with that, so it's just these. So it's in fact just that little double kick there. We can just grab these two here and then bang them there. But yeah, I swear some of these are duplicated patterns, but whatever. We're just going to get through them now as one thing. Where's that color? Over here. And then another weird pattern. Fucking hell, I went with it, didn't I, this time? Jesus. 1, 2, grab these. This is just a little fill here. Another color. And there we go. Finally, we have completed the thing. Right, we don't delete this kick group either because there's probably a lot of things in there that are side chained to it. So we're going to kind of leave that. But now we really do have to process the kick in a way that I would normally, because it, you know, to me, it's not the right kick yet. So let's just... It's not loud enough for a starter. Let's level match these kicks. This is where it gets... The process of matching kicks, where changing kicks is a huge task sometimes. So what we're going to do... So that kick, our old kick is 4.5 LUFS. Our new kick... Right, there we go. Somehow our new kick is actually louder. Oh, right, yeah, because it's going through all the processing, right? So, sorry, let's turn all this off and then see what we've got to do to it. That is more understandable. Right, let's mess around. Preset confliction detected. 2 more instances of the same preset. I don't know what that means, but okay. I think it's because I duplicated the channel rather than making a new one. Get rid of that. I'm just going to use oscilloscope for this. Oscilloscope, good for kicks. I'd say bad for having on loads of layers and stuff. There's a review of all the oscilloscopes that are pretty much on the market, and the guy rated this the lowest because of it had CPU issues, but I've not noticed any, to be honest. But it might be why things are crashing sometimes. Or I don't know. Things don't crash on my system, to be fair, that often. But right, I'm just going to delete anything that's not really needed. Standard clip. Reset everything, because we don't want to just come in here with like, why is that automated? It's a good thing to check. Oh, that I was just using that automation as a way to quieten the kick. Okay, that's fine. It's a nice way to do it as well. You don't want, like, if I could have done that with a utility on the end, but by doing it from the limiter, if anything, if the limiter's shaving off anything, I'm just taking it away from that, so it gets quieter, but also you're regaining some punchiness and stuff that you may have lost during the limiter, so it'll still sound loud, but it'll actually sound a little bit better, possibly, if you do it that way. So we're going to get rid of this. Pro Q3, what we got going on in there. Get rid of that for now. Bring that back later, and then it's not doing anything, but we get rid of that. Right, let's have a little gander. And what does this sound like now? Sounds okay. It's definitely not got that low end that I like, though. Anyway, let's begin our processing. So I'm going to just put decapitate on this, get a bit more. What is going on? Right, I'm on this layer. Decapitator. Open. That should be absolutely just, of course. There we go. Hard techno, let's go, baby. can hear on this kick, it's not being so forgiving because possibly, remember I mentioned, I know I cut that from the video. If I quickly look at this, sorry, let's freeze it. Right, if you notice with the kick, you notice there's a definite just look at it, it's not very symmetrical. You've got bits there that are clipping already, but a lot of the body's not even close to clipping. So it's going to be a bit less forgiving clipping this kick because it's just not really as basically when the clipper starts acting, it's going to be really distorting this before it even gets a chance to actually start making a move on a lot of the other frequencies in here. So you may not be able to boost as much headroom in this kick. So I'm going to carry on going, but we'll see what we can do. And I can currently hear a little resonance in there somewhere. Cool, there we go. So a good way to maximize this kick, you can just depress this and then tells you apply that, and then you just copy and paste this into here, minus, and then you'll get the exact, like, that is right on the clipping border, and then you can just adjust this slightly, you know, to get a bit more out. one of the issues is this kick is pretty much coming in at 0, you know? And yet it still doesn't sound loud. What we're going to do, we're going to duplicate this and then try to make it sound a bit deeper by using some other techniques. So we've got everything in here. Oh, hang on. Of course, I forgot about this. Why it's annoying redoing kicks, because it really like takes, you know, you're trying to like, the whole song is around the kick from the start and then you're kind of like removing and rechecking a fundamental part of the song, so it's quite, can be really fiddly. So but I think if we add this in and we're smart about it, I think we can get this to work. So what we want to do here again is, annoyingly, we're going to have to probably redo all of this. Yes, sadly. It'll be quicker, but right. Grab this. We're going to freeze and flatten this. Be nice and quick. What we're going to want to do now is pick one. This seems a bit off, but Yeah, we'll pick the starting one. Doesn't really matter where we pick, really, so. So, it's a bit large, this, isn't it? Just chuck that over here for now. And then, let's see. If you notice, it's too bulbous on the end if we do that. So we're gonna have to adjust that. I'm gonna put size scope on there now because things are getting a bit more complicated. So here's where the kick starts, and it says 143.22. So 143.22 milliseconds. And we're going to go back into kick. We're going to grab my kick control audio effect rack, which is this one. 2018 is when I think I got this in 2019 off a course, but I use it most of the time. It kind of turned things off a bit. Now let's listen to it without. Actually, it's making no difference whatsoever, really, is there? So let's just turn that off. No, so there's no need for that then. We'll just get rid of this kick and then just have a listen. Let's try pitching the kick up. Sounds really goofy. Right, let's use a shifter and let's see if we can just edge it to where we want it to go, because it does sound just a little bit off. We're going to go here though. I'm going to put a Pultec on there now as well. Just, where are you? Mastering. I'm still not happy with it. I just want it to sound deeper, you know? Deep. None of this light sounding shit. All right. See, I'm not enjoying this kick compared to like this. Like one of the problems of like working on something like this is that I'm just hearing low end frequency, low end, low end, low end, low end, low end. And like your brain will automatically like quieten the noise. So you turn it up and your brain does it and you turn it up. And then when you hear the rest of the mix, it will always sound weak because your brain is kind of like tilted the low end down so that you may recognize it. Like listen to a hi-hat for like, 5 minutes loud and then listen to your hi-hat in the mix. It will always sound quiet because your brain is kind of like forced that down to kind of like achieve more of a balanced sound. And then when you hear it in the full mix, it sounds awful. So like, I've got to remember to stop comparing it with the mix right now and just make a kick that sounds good and then give it 5 minutes and then, give it 10 minutes, have a cup of tea, come back upstairs, and then have another go at it. So, sorry if that's been fucking playing for the last 5 minutes, isn't it? Has it? I don't know. Maybe not. No, it hasn't. So, yeah. That's the plan. So I'm just going to fiddle with this a bit more, try and achieve a sound that I think will sound good, and then have a break, come back. I'm also going to try and get this to work a little bit more. Of these. Just using this as an example, may not stick with that in the end, but I'm gonna have my cup of tea now and then see what happens. And we need to edit these further. It's sounding already a bit better now. I'm kind of like remembering I need to parse it a bit better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop there, come back in 10 minutes, and then we'll crack on again. Right, I'm back. I had to listen to it on my speakers. It sounds awful. This is not really a kick that fits with the track, I don't think. So I'm going to have a go at maybe just using the top, the muted top for this kick. Like, they just sound so much better. Right. But what I'll do, I can, as proof, I export the kick that they suggested and then be like, I really don't think this fits the track, and have a discussion about that. So we're going to move on, and we're going to maybe give them some options, you know. Fucking get out of there, you son of a bitch. Right, there we go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to print this kick to here, and then 14. Where's that? There we go. We're going to print this kick, just take the sharp transient right at the start, and then have that as our transient for the main kick. Just grab that over here. Right. Here is the kick. Need that, don't need that. And then now we can do this to that. Go into the loop, show in browser. We're going to want to take our this. First of all, we're going to want to duplicate this kick group because we don't want to lose the original. Now we're going to rename kick group original. Just put 0, patient 0, and then altered. And now we're going to grab this. We're going to take the transient off this, and we're going to replace it with the kick it's told us there. So and we're going to reduce this transient. It's still a bit.
Our first true piece of technology. Fire. Our first true piece of technology. Fire.
Anyway, I'm going to leave it there for today. This is, it's just one of those things that when you've got to change a kick, it can be a lot of hard work, a lot of like trial and error. Now, while they've given me a kick they were like, this kick would sound great. Sometimes it's easy to, I don't know. I just don't think it does. So I'll have a listen now. I'll have a break again. I'm listening to my headphones. It sounds totally different to the speakers. And the speakers are kind of given, I think, more of an accurate representation of how it's fitting within the track because maybe, who knows? But I'm used to what the speakers is telling me, and they're telling me, like, not really this one, It just doesn't sound like it's mixed in correctly, It sounds like it needs to be so much louder. But the problem is that this is already, coming in at pretty much coming in like, oh, excuse me, what's going on there? No, That's why.
Our first true piece of technology. Fire. Our first true piece of technology. Fire.
Cool. Right. I'm going to export a few versions for them, and then, I don't need to export the whole thing. I'll just export the drop and then kind of be like, honestly, tell me your thoughts. And if you recognize this kick, I'd love to know, because it is quite I heard this. I've taken this kick from a song. I will, sampling, and it sounds cool in that song. Not so much here. I just don't think it has that low end power that it's too tonal. It's possibly that's why. Let's stick a tuner on. It may just be that it's the wrong. It may just be that it's the wrong, like. I'm gonna just stick it at the start. Come on, buddy. This is a bit weird, isn't it? If I wish I could take this out so that I could see it, so then I can adjust the. Oh, here, actually, yeah, never mind. Right. Maybe that's it. Maybe I'll have a go. But anyway, it's been a longer one. So tell me your thoughts, please. I want to hear, because it's starting to get confused in this one. So anyway, hope you had a good one. Catch you soon.